Hello and welcome to this week's episode. This week we're going to be talking about how to make money with your photography. I'm going to give you some simple ways that you can make some passive income, whether you're a professional photographer or an amateur just looking to make a few extra dollars with your photography. I'm going to give you some tips this week. Stay tuned. Hi and welcome back to this week's episode. So we are going to be talking about how to make money with your photography. This is a topic that anyone who is looking to become a professional or just an amateur wanting to make a few extra dollars is always wondering what to do, especially when you're first starting out. It's this question of how do professional photographers make an income? What are avenues that I can use to get some passive income? And which direction should I take my photography in order to start making a living? So one of the first things that I do when I am giving advice to other photographers about how to start making money is first identify what kind of photography are you taking. Is your work more journalistic? Is it more artistic? Are you trying to sell it as fine art or as journalism? This is going to be really important to know what outlet that you want to put your photography in. So if you are looking to sell art, then you should be looking at places that sell art. If you're looking to create photo stories, then you might be looking for more a journalistic outlet for your photography. So let's make the assumption that your work is more artistic. This doesn't have to be some crazy way of presenting your photography. It can be just well done portraits of, say, animals, people, even landscapes, things like that. Or maybe you have a really unique style. Always having a really unique style can help let you stand out amongst the crowd. But if that's not what you do, if you just like very clean, beautiful portraits of, say, animals, that's okay too. And there is a massive outlet for that as well. So I just want to talk about a few places that I put my photography in that make me money. First off, my website. I have a dedicated place on my website that I sell fine art photography. I personally do this as limited edition. It does add more work on my end, but I believe that it adds value, and a lot of my clients do too. So that is the first place that I sell my art, which is on my website. The second place that I like to sell my art, and usually this is more of products other than just the fine art. I like to keep that more dedicated to my website, but I also sell it on places like Fine Art America. Fine Art America is a great way to have them do all of the back-end stuff like printing if I want to have it on, say, pillows, mouse pads, coasters, shower curtains, whatever people want, t-shirts. They do all the printing and I just get the proceeds from it. I don't put my limited edition pictures on there as art, as I keep that dedicated to my website, but this is a great way to just get some passive income by selling those smaller products that you might want to put your photographs on. Another place that I like to sell my fine art is in art festivals. This can be farmers markets, art markets. This can be large-scale art festivals, bird festivals, photo festivals. I've done it all, and these are a great way to get your pictures out into the public. This is going to require a lot more work on your end, having an inventory, having a booth, things like a tent, walls, tables, all that comes with it, but this is where I make the majority of my income with selling art. Another place that I like to sell my art is at an art gallery. So this requires to be a little bit more on the professional end. You're going to have to be juried by the gallery, and they typically will take a commission or at least a wall rental fee. This is a great way to have your art permanently in a location. That way people know where to find you, and a great way to make you as an artist look a little bit more professional. All right, selling art is not the only way to make money as a photographer. There are other ways as well. Becoming a subject matter expert on what you're photographing is a great way to build credibility to make money as a public speaker. This would be going to places like photo clubs, bird festivals, conservation clubs, anything like that. You could also do this online. So I've reached audiences in California, New York, Washington, um, all over the world by being able to use Zoom or any of those other platforms to be able to speak. A lot of times you are given a stipend for your speaking engagements, and so this is a good way to reach an audience about topics that you are familiar with and to make a little extra money. On that same note, you can also make money as a writer. So being an expert in a type of subject, place, type of photography, you can also write articles that can go into publications, whether they're online blogs, they're physical publications, newspapers. They are always looking for subject matter experts, and so being a writer about those topics is another great way of making a living as a photographer. Another great way is having an inventory of images and selling them as stock. This used to be the number one way people made a living. It's definitely gone down over the years as more and more people sell stock, and the value of stock has gone down quite a bit. But it is nice to get a little bit of a passive income. One of the agencies that I use is Adobe Stock. They don't have to have an acceptance process where they are representing you. You can have an account, upload images. They are pretty stringent on which images they accept, so make sure they are the utmost best quality. But once they live on the site, you just get checks every time anyone uses the images. Those checks are very, very small. I just want to note, you might be only seeing a few cents per image, but if you have a large catalog, this can add up very, very quickly. So it's a great way to do that. The other way is to be represented by a stock agency, which I am as well. That has taken me many years to get a stock agency. Again, there's a lot of people who want to be represented, so that is more difficult, but definitely a good way to have representation of your artwork. And lastly, the other thing that I do to make money as a photographer is to be a guide. I get familiar with a location and I take people out, show them how to use their cameras. This could be anywhere from just being a straight tour where we may even have a on-the-ground naturalist. Like when I'm in Africa, I always hire local guides. Or I might be acting as the naturalist and the photo guide in places that I'm very familiar with, say like Grand Teton or Yellowstone. So this is a great way to do that. Now, just note when you are taking clients out, that requires permits, insurance, all that kind of stuff. So don't just blanketly start taking people out into the world. But if you have a passion for being out there, being a guide is another great way to make a living as a photographer. All right, so those are just a few tips on how to make an income as a photographer. There are a lot of other ways. There is no one right way to make a living as a nature photographer, but hopefully these tips will get your juices flowing, start deciding how you want to start making money as a photographer. And if you have any other tips or suggestions, I would love to hear them in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates on when the newest videos come out, and share with your friends. Let other people know that these videos are out there. They are tips to help you grow your photography, and as always, I hope you have fun out there, and we'll see you next time.